Hi everyone, today we will get started on our backs. So once you're ready, just come down and begin to settle into your mat. Right away, let your legs fall long and just really let your body connect here. Right away, drawing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, feeling the natural rise and fall of your breath. Trying to focus on the sound of your breath and using that sound to drown out any other surrounding noises. Deepening the breath, lengthening your inhales and your exhales. Feeling your belly rise as you lengthen your inhales. And feeling your navel draw down towards your spine on your exhales. We'll begin our class with 3 community breaths. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly, open mouth release. Deep full belly inhale. Open mouth exhale. Deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. One more. Deep full belly inhale. Open mouth, let it all out. Sealing the lips as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, activating your Ujjayi pranayama. When you're ready, begin to take a full body stretch. Really extend the hands overhead, pointing through the toes. And then drawing the knees into the chest. Rock your knees side to side, left to right, massaging your lower spine. Maybe take some knee circles in one direction. And then switching directions, whatever feels good on your lower back here. And bring yourself into a gentle, happy baby to start. Hands coming to the outsides of your feet or the insides. You can always bring your hands behind your knees if your hips are feeling tight or even your back. Allowing the hips to gently open up. Keep a nice steady breath as you move. Then press your heels up towards the sky for imaginary legs up the wall. Point and flex the feet a few times. Then bringing the hands behind the knees, begin to rock and roll the length of your spine, the base of your tailbone to the tip of your head. Take a couple of rocks and rolls, eventually coming into a tabletop. From your tabletop, take some hip sways side to side. Then return to a neutral tabletop. Moving into cows, drop the belly, lift your gaze, tailbone nice and high. Exhaling to cat, rounding through the spine. Inhale, cow, lengthen as you lift. Exhale, cat, gazing towards the navel. Continue flowing cats and cows on your own. You can move one breath to one movement, or you can hold in one pose a little bit longer if that feels good. As always, add in anything natural that feels good in your body. A forearm stretch, maybe coming to a child's pose. Listening to what your body needs here. And then coming back to a tabletop together with a nice neutral spine. Tuck the toes underneath downward facing dog. Hips come nice and high as you begin to pedal in and out of the feet, lifting one heel and then the other, maybe holding one foot for a little bit longer. Really allow your hamstrings to warm up. And find some stillness in your down dog, pressing into the fingertips, hips come high. Come forward to a high plank, stacking your shoulders right over your wrists, heels stacked over your ankles, one long line through the spine. Pulling the low belly up and in, continuing to breathe. You can always drop down to the knees here. As slowly as you can, lower all the way down to your belly, elbows stay tucked into the rib cage. Untuck the toes, moving into Sphinx pose. Arms into number 11s, shoulders stacked right over the elbows. Pressing down into the forearms as you lift your neck away from your shoulders. Keep pressing into the tops of your feet. Bending into the right leg, reaching for a hand to foot connection. Now you can use a towel here, a strap. If you can't make the hand to foot connection, that's okay. If you do have the hand to foot connection, keep pressing down into your left forearm to lift the heart and lift the chest forward. Slowly release the grip. Come back to a Sphinx pose. Moving onto the left side, reaching back with the left hand, making the hand to foot connection. Again, pressing down into the right forearm, reaching back for the left foot. Maybe kick back through the top of your left foot to open the heart a little further. Again, keep breathing. Slowly release the grip. Come through one more Sphinx pose to even out the spine. Press up through a high plank, downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet to your hands for a rag doll. Head and neck are nice and heavy. Reaching for opposite elbows right away if that feels good. Keeping a generous bend in the knees as you let the crown of your head draw down towards the earth. Bring your hands to your lower back as you interlace your fingers, reaching them up high towards the sky off the lower back. You can always reach for opposite elbows here or use a towel to make the grip connection. Shake the head yes and no to release any tension left in the body. And slowly release your hands, bringing them down to the earth. Rise to stand, meeting in mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, Tadasana, reach high. Exhale, forward fold, chest to thighs, keeping a bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Holding here. Take an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, heart forward, shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Flowing through a vinyasa. You can always skip vinyasas and just meet us in a downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank and flowing through a vinyasa if you choose. Meeting in a downward facing dog together. From your downward facing dog, right leg comes high, three-legged dog. Keeping the right foot flexed. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Hold. Lizard. Right foot steps to the outside of your right hand. You can stay lifted here or drop the left knee down and untuck the toes. Whichever variation you're taking, try to keep pulling the heart forward and keep pulling the right leg in towards your midline. Allow your hips to soften and open. Maybe bringing one forearm to the mat or to a block or both. If you're not in an active lizard already, return by tucking the left toes underneath. Coming into a low lunge, right foot heel toes in between the hands. Wide-legged forward fold, crawling to your left. Head and neck are nice and heavy, feet are parallel. You can grab for your ankles here, or take an inversion if that's in your practice. Or maybe you just allow the crown of your head to really draw down towards the earth, letting the spine and the neck be really heavy. Coming into a halfway lift back, long spine. Low lunge, top of mat. Anjaneyasana, drop the left knee down and tuck the toes. Arms rise. Pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, right arm sweeps back for a twist. Left hand can come to the outer edge of your right knee, maybe gazing over your right shoulder. Come back to Anjaneyasana, arms through center. Making the hand to foot connection with your left hand and left foot. Right hand can come to your knee for support. Again, you can use a strap or a towel to make the hand to foot connection. Once you have it, maybe you begin to lift the right hand off your knee. You can start by a little bit, and then maybe you begin to reach it up overhead. Try to keep your right knee stacked over your ankle. And slowly exit the way you came, bringing your right hand to your right knee, releasing your grip, and return to Anjaneyasana. Airplane lunge, tuck the left toes underneath. Chest comes forward as you hover right above your knee. Pinkies pulling back towards one another, nice long spine. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, see if you can hover your left knee, barely touching. Exhale, airplane lunge, come forward. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, left knee hovers. Exhale, airplane lunge. Holding here. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, low lunge, hands frame the right foot. Stepping back to plank and flowing through a vinyasa. From your downward facing dog, left leg comes high. Keep the left foot nice and flexed. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, hold, lizard. Left foot steps to the outside of your left hand. Again, option to stay lifted here in an active lizard, or you can drop the right knee down and untuck the toes. Using a prop here, a block to help you, knowing that your hips can be very different side to side. Keep pulling your heart forward and breathing. If you're not in an active lizard already, return by tucking the right toes underneath, kneecap lifts off your mat. Low lunge, left foot heel toes in between the hands. Wide-legged forward fold. Crawling towards your right, let the head and neck be nice and heavy. Again, reaching for your ankles, your toes. Maybe interlacing the hands at your lower back, and then drawing them up towards the ceiling. Taking any variations on this side that feel good. Couple more breaths. Releasing your grip and coming into a halfway lift back, long spine. Low lunge, top of mat, hands frame the left foot. Anjaneyasana, right knee drops down, untuck the toes, reach the hands up nice and high. Pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale. On your exhale, left arm sweeps back for a twist. Bringing the right hand to the outer edge of your left knee, getting deeper into the spine. Softening through the left shoulder as you gaze towards your left thumb. Returning to Anjaneyasana, both hands reach up nice and high. Moving to the hand to foot connection, making the hand to foot connection with the right foot this time. You can use, again, a strap or a towel. Try to reach for the inside of your foot if you can. And then eventually lifting the left hand off your knee, maybe a couple of inches. And then maybe you eventually draw your bicep next to your ear. You can try gazing up towards the ceiling for a little bit of an extra challenge. Slowly exiting the way you came in. Taking your time to unwind, resetting the body, Anjaneyasana. Maybe take a back bend. Airplane lunge, right toes tuck underneath, chest draws forward, pull your pinkies back towards one another, hovering right above the left knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, see if you can hover the right knee right above your mat. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, airplane lunge. Low lunge, hands frame the left foot, step back to plank and flow through Vinyasa. Meeting in a downward facing dog together. From your downward facing dog, bend the knees, gaze forward, travel top of mat on your exhale. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise Tadasana, reach high. Exhale to chair pose. Now from your chair pose right away, you can bring your hands to heart center if this is uncomfortable in your shoulders, but really try to put the weight into your heels. You can give your toes a little bit of a wiggle and see if you can sit lower, still keeping the upper body the same. One-legged Tadasana, right knee draws in towards the chest, keep the foot flexed. Inhale to open the hip. Exhale to close. Inhale to open the hip. Exhale to close, one-legged Tadasana. Inhale to open and hold. Stepping back, warrior two, bending into the knees as you land. Once you're in your warrior two, bend in and out of the knees a few times, move through the arms, through the shoulders, adjusting the hips, and find some stillness. High triangle, straighten through the front leg, palms to touch. Extended side angle. Left hand comes to the inside of your ankle, of your calf, maybe a block. Reaching up nice and high with your right arm. Inhale to reverse your warrior, reach up and back, front leg stays the same. Maybe taking a half bind with your right hand. Hands cartwheel down, standing splits. Right leg lifts off your mat, head and neck are nice and heavy. A few rounds of breath to play with your balance. So maybe you lift one hand off your mat, maybe two. You can bring one hand to your calf, or maybe draw your hands to heart center. Low lunge, bending into the knees as your right foot connects to your mat. Stepping back to three-legged dog, left leg rises, flowing through a three-legged vinyasa or through a regular vinyasa, meeting in a downward facing dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward, travel top of mat, halfway lift, fold. Inhale Tadasana, chair pose. Right away, see if you can lower the hips down a little bit more, really feeling the quads, the calves activate. One-legged Tadasana, left knee draws in towards the chest, keep the foot flexed. Inhale to open the hip. Exhale, close, one-legged Tadasana. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open and hold, stepping back, warrior two, bending into the knees as you land. Taking some movement in your warrior two, bending in and out of the knees, adjusting the hips, adjusting the feet. Finding stillness in your warrior two. High triangle, palms to touch, straighten through the front leg. Extended side angle. Right hand comes to the inside of your calf, your ankle, or to a block. Option for a half bind here. Inhale to reverse your warrior, reaching up and back with your right hand. Option for a half bind with the left. Hands cartwheel down to frame the right foot, standing splits. Left toes lift off your mat, head and neck are nice and heavy. Again, option to play with your balance here. Maybe drawing your hands to heart center right away, or you can always stay in standing splits. Low lunge, bending into the knees as your left foot connects to the mat. Three-legged down dog, right leg rises. Option to keep the right leg lifted as you flow through a three-legged vinyasa. And then coming to a down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward, travel top of mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale to chair. One-legged Tadasana. Open the hip. Exhale to close. Inhale to open and hold. Step back, warrior two, one breath to one movement. High triangle, palms to touch. Extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, standing splits, hands frame the left foot, right toes rise. Stepping back to low lunge, right foot connects to your mat. Left leg rises, three-legged down dog, flowing through a vinyasa and meeting in a down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward, exhale, travel. Inhale to lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, exhale, chair. One-legged Tadasana, left knee into the chest. Open the hip, exhale, close. Inhale, open and hold, stepping back, warrior two. High triangle, palms to touch. Extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Standing splits on your exhale, hands frame the right foot, left toes rise. Here for a moment. Stepping back to low lunge. Three-legged down dog, right leg rises, flowing through a vinyasa. Meeting together in a downward facing dog. From your down dog, inhale the right leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, hold. Kick your foot through, moving into fallen star. Left foot connects to the mat like you're in a warrior two. Reaching the left arm up nice and high. If you're looking for an extra challenge, see if you can lift your right toes off your mat. And coming back to a three-legged down dog, right leg rises. Low lunge, right foot steps in between the hands. One-legged Tadasana, drawing the left knee into the chest. Biceps next to the ears. Moving into warrior three, slowly kicking the left heel back. And drawing the chest parallel to your mat. You can keep a bend in the right knee or draw your hands to heart center to help stabilize you. Try to keep the left foot nice and flexed to keep the legs active. Slowly come to a one-legged Tadasana, draw the left knee back into the chest. Tree pose. Sole of your left foot can connect to your calf. Kickstand it on the ground or your inner thigh. Once you find a stable footing, allow your branches to grow and expand. You can always sway your branches side to side. Or maybe draw your palms to heart center. Calming the breath. And slowly release down to your mat. Shaking the hands, the feet. Inhale to take a back bend, reach back. And exhale, forward fold, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. On your exhale, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, hold, kicking the foot through, fallen star. This time, right foot scales with the mat like you're in a warrior two, reaching the right hand up nice and high. If you're looking for the added challenge, see if you can lift your left toes off the mat. Coming back to a three-legged down dog, left leg rises. Low lunge, left foot steps in between the hands. Coming into a one-legged Tadasana, draw the right knee into the chest, flexing through the foot. Moving into warrior three on this side, bending into the left knee as you kick the right heel back, maybe reaching the right hands forward or drawing them to heart center. Keep breathing, see where you can lengthen. And coming back to a one-legged Tadasana, draw the right knee into the chest. And tree pose. Bringing the sole of your right foot to wherever is comfortable on this side. And then eventually letting the branches grow here. You can try swaying your branches side to side or maybe closing your eyes and see how that feels. Studying the breath. Beginning to exit your tree pose, release both heels to the ground, give yourself a nice shake. And moving into equal standing pose, bringing the pinkies down next to your side, roll the shoulders back. Moving into a one-legged dancer, bending into the right leg, right hand connects to the inside of your right foot. Again, you can use a towel, you can use a strap here, just here for a few moments. Once you have the connection, you can stay here. There's a few different stages to this pose. Find a sturdy connection and maybe you extend the left arm out long in front of you, kicking into your hand with the top of your right foot to propel yourself forward. Keeping a nice bend in the left knee to help stabilize you. Listen to your body in this pose. Where can you adjust? And try to draw the right knee in towards your midline. When you're ready to exit, slowly come out the way you came. So draw the right knee in to meet the left, releasing the grip slowly, and then give yourself a nice shake. We can do that on the other side for the left leg, bending into the left leg, making the hand to foot connection on this side. Again, with a lot of poses, this could be completely different than the other side. You can stay here with a hand to foot connection, or you can begin to kick the foot into the hand to propel yourself forward. Keep breathing. Keep pulling your left leg in towards the midline. Take a couple more breaths. See where you can adjust. And when you're ready, you can slowly exit the way you came again. Draw the left knee in to meet the right. And we'll meet in Tadasana, inhaling to reach the hands up nice and high. Interlace the fingertips, pressing the palms up towards the sky. Bending over to the right on your exhale. Inhale through center and exhale to the left. Forward fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale, stepping back to plank and flowing through one final vinyasa. From your downward facing dog, right leg comes high, open up the hip. coming into pigeon, right knee to your right wrist, pulling the shin through, untuck the left toes. You can stay lifted here, or you can inhale to lift the heart, lift the chest, take a little back bend, and exhale to crawl yourself forward. Maybe starting with your forearms on a block or on your mat. But right away, see where you can soften in this pose, whether it's in the hip or in the forehead or brow. See if you can let your body fully release. If you'd like to take a quad stretch on this side, you can bend into the left leg and reach back with the left hand, making the hand to foot connection. Wherever you are, slowly begin to exit your pigeon, tucking left toes underneath. Right leg comes high, taking any counter movements, opening and closing the hip, flipping your dog, meeting back in a down dog together. Left leg comes high, open up the hip on this side, moving into pigeon, left knee to left wrist. Untuck the toes, staying lifted here, or slowly lowering down to your mat. Forearms, forehead, chest to mat, whatever is comfortable on this side. Studying the breath, releasing your Ujjayi pranayama if you haven't already. If you'd like to take the quad stretch on your right side, you begin to bend into the right knee and reach back for the ankle or foot. Or you can stay in your sleeping pigeon on this side a little bit longer. Wherever you are in your pigeon variation, slowly begin to exit, tucking the right toes underneath, left leg coming up nice and high to open the hip. Take any counter movements on this side. Eventually lowering all the way down to your belly, untucking your toes, and then drawing your palms down next to your side, pinkies facing your hips, chin through center, taking a couple of back bends here to round out our practice. Slowly begin to peel your chest off your mat, reaching your pinkies back towards one another, legs squeezing in, gazing down right in front of you, keeping the spine nice and long. See if you can lift a little bit higher. Keep breathing nice and deep. See if you can lift your toes just a little bit higher. And slowly release. Bring one cheek to the mat. Let the spine relax. We'll take one more round of that. If full bow is in your practice, you can take that by bending into the knees and reaching back for the feet or the heels. Drawing the chin back through center, keeping the palms facing down. Begin to peel your chest off your mat. Toes rise. Slowly lifting yourself a little bit higher, creating space and opening in the back and the chest. Keep reaching back for your feet. Full breaths. And slow with control, release out. Bringing your opposite cheek to the mat. Bending into the knees, take some windshield wiper side to side. Feet go left to right, releasing the back. Making your way through a tabletop and swinging your heels around to the top of your mat, meeting on our backs. Once you're on your back, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. You can rock your knees left to right a couple of times. Then draw your right knee in towards your chest. Let your left leg fall long. Flex through both feet. Really pull your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, draw your right knee towards the left for a supine twist, using your left hand to guide. Right arm can come out to a T or goalpost arm. A nice supine twist here. Try to keep both shoulders planted, but send really deep breath into your right side body. Slowly begin to release, drawing the right knee back in towards your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And then let the right leg fall long. Left knee draws in towards the chest. Keep flexing through both feet, using your inhale to pull your left knee up a little bit higher. And on your exhale, drawing the left knee over to the right side, using your right hand to guide. Left arm comes out to a T or goalpost arms. Again, see if you can relax through the shoulders. And keep sending deep breath into your left side body. Begin to unwind, drawing the left knee back in towards the chest. One last tight squeeze. And then one final happy baby. Bringing the hands to insides or outsides of your feet. You can sway side to side here. Notice how this feels different versus the beginning of class, and how your hips are feeling different, how your body's feeling different. You can straighten through one leg or the other. Taking a couple of last movements to close out your practice. And once you're ready, release to your final resting pose for today, Shavasana. Allow your feet to fall open, palms facing up towards the sky. Maybe roll your shoulder blades underneath yourself a little bit. Relax the jaw, the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Taking these next few moments for yourself, knowing that you can stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to continue on with your day, begin to invite awareness back into your breath and then back into the body, starting with small movements, fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. Take a full body stretch. Reach your hands overhead, pointing through the toes. You can stay here or roll to one side for a brief moment. Taking this moment to thank yourself for showing up onto your mat today, dedicating time to yourself and to your practice. Slowly press yourself up into a seated position, top of mat, eyes staying closed. Closing out our practice with one final breath. Exhale out all the stale air in your belly, open mouth release. Deepest inhale of your day. Open mouth exhale. Drawing your thumbs to your third eye center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with myself. The light in me honors the light inside of you. Namaste.